Hello friends, welcome back. Today I'm going to be filming a full face of nothing new. So I pulled out some products from my makeup collection that I have not used in a while, and I'm just really excited to just dive into these products again. First I'm going to go in with the E.L.F. Halo Glow liquid filter, and my cap on this broke off. So this is what it looks like if that little cap breaks. But it's been a minute since I have used this. I normally, if I want like a dewy type of primer, I've been using the Rimmel Multitasker Better Than Filters. So I was like, let's bust this out again and use this. She needs to be shown some love, which I don't know. I think this might actually be going bad. It smells a bit off. So we might have to declutter this. And it's like, maybe I shouldn't be using this now, but I didn't realize that it was smelling off until I just started putting it on. But yeah, I do like the finish on this, like how it just looks really glowy. We are gonna declutter that one. She stinks. Okay, this foundation I bought a while ago, and it's not, like, the product itself is not bad, but I wouldn't recommend this because of the price alone. Like, I just don't care for the price on this. And it also just didn't wear the best on me. But this is the L'Oreal Skin Ink. And I'm using this shade in, I think it's 8 warm or 80 warm. But I do remember that this set up fairly quick. So it's almost like you have to work in sections. But this foundation was fairly matte from what I remember, so I wanted to pair it with like a glowy primer to see how I felt about it using it with like a glowy primer. But I would say like another foundation in my collection that's about the same finish as this that I like better is the Maybelline Superstay Lumi Matte. I would recommend that one over this L'Oreal one. You get more product, it's more affordable, and it lasts better on the skin. So yeah, I would not advise to get this foundation. It was like, I think $18.99 for this, and it's like half of a fluid ounce. So this is high-end pricing for this foundation. I mean, it is kind of convenient how it has like the doe foot applicator, and this foundation is supposed to be like a multi-use foundation where you could also use it as a concealer. I definitely don't like using this as a concealer, so I don't know, it's just not my fave. Okay, this one product is new, but it's not really new. It's just newer to my collection, but this is the Wet n Wild MegaLast Incognito Concealer, and I might have used this in the past and decluttered it. Like, I don't even remember now. I know that this concealer has been around for a while, but I wanted to get this and test this out, see if I liked it or not. But this is an all-day full coverage concealer, and I picked up the shade in light beige. So I'm just gonna do a few dots of this. But I love the Wet n Wild MegaLast foundation. I think that's what it's called, or Photo Focus foundation. I love that. And so I just thought, like, maybe I would like this concealer. So figured I'd give it a try. Like, honestly, there's hardly any Wet n Wild products that I don't like. I think that they just make amazing products. So, but yeah, the coverage on that is so good. Okay, maybe I've been sleeping on this concealer. We'll have to see how it wears. But do any of you guys own this concealer? Do you like it? This shade is a good match too. I was kind of unsure, and they did have some like really light shades in this. So if you're very fair and have a hard time finding like a good concealer shade, I think that this line would have some really good shades. Okay, yeah, I'm definitely impressed by that. And then to set my under eyes, this is a product that I use all the time, but it's my favorite under eye setting powder. So I'm just using the L'Oreal Infallible Blur Fiction. This is the translucent. So we're just gonna set the under eyes with that, and I'm just applying that with my dampened Wet n Wild makeup sponge. What are some new products that are either going to come out or that have come out recently that you guys would like for me to get in review? Let me know in the comments, because I know a lot of drugstore brands are starting to either release like what they're going to be releasing at the beginning of the year, or they're starting to release some of their new products. So let me know. E.L.F is releasing some new things that I'm really interested in, so I'm probably going to get some of those new products soon. For setting everything, I'm just going to be using the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear Foundation in a powder. This is in the shade Vanilla. And I'm just going to lightly apply this. You don't really need much of this powder at all. It is like a full coverage type of powder. But it's been a minute since I have used this. I actually picked up a new one of these because my old one, I dropped it and it shattered, which I was so sad about because this is one of my favorite like full coverage setting powders. Off camera, I went ahead and filled in my eyebrows with the Maybelline Build a Brow in shade Ash Brown. And then I'm just priming my eyelids with the Milani eyeshadow primer. So for my eyeshadow today, I decided to bust out this Wet n Wild color icon in Nude Awakening. This is just a classic eyeshadow palette, and I kind of forget about this one in my makeup collection. So I wanted to pull this one out today and use it. So first I'm going to go in the crease with this shade here, and I'm just using the Morphe M332 brush. And I'm just going to blend the shade in the crease. Just using little circular motions and windshield wiper motions to blend that. And taking a little bit here in the outer V as well. Then on the eyelid, I'm going to go in with the shade. And I'm just using the Morphe M303 brush to apply that. Just all over the eyelid. This is such a pretty rose gold color. Then I'm going to take some of the shade here, and I'm just using the Sigma E25 blending, and I'm going to lightly blend that color here in the outer V, just to add a little bit more definition. Then I'm taking some of this matte cream, and I'm just using that as my brow bone highlight. Next, I'm taking some of this shimmery color, and I'm just going to put that here in the inner corner of the eye. Yeah, I definitely need to bust this palette out a bit more. I really like that eye look. Okay, a bronzer I have not used in a while is this one out of the E.L.F contour palette. Just this shade here. And I might actually use a brush that I have not used in a while and see how I feel about this. This is from the Amazon brush set that I mention all the time here on my channel. So let's use this brush as a bronzer brush and see how I feel about that. But this E.L.F bronzer used to be one of my go-to favorites. I mean, like, as you can see, like, I've almost used that color up. And for a while, I could not find this palette anywhere, and I had left it at a friend's house. So I'm so glad that I have this palette back in my life. I did buy a newer version of this because E.L.F kind of redesigned the packaging on this product. And I can't really decide if I feel like the products inside the newer one are the same as this older formula, but I do really like this. I love the shade on this. And this brush is working really well as a bronzer brush, so I need to put this in the rotation a little bit more. So are you guys like what is your all's plans for the holidays? I know that we're all probably pretty busy right now getting gifts and doing different holiday things. Like, let us know some of your favorite like holiday traditions that your family does. Like every year at Christmas, my family, like we sit down and after like Christmas, like dinner or sometimes we do like a Christmas brunch. But after we've spent some time together, we will write like a letter, just like what we really enjoyed about the day. Or just, I don't know, anything interesting, just whatever we want to like write down. And then the following year, we'll go back and read what we wrote plus all the years before. So it's just such a really cool tradition, and I know that that's going to be such a really nice gift to have, like, as, you know, we all get a little bit older and, you know, want to look back and reflect on, oh, like this year, like, I don't know, in 2015, like, this is what we did for Christmas that year, or, you know, it's just such a fun little tradition. So do you guys have anything like that that you do? Let us know in the comments. Okay, this blush from MCO Beauty is supposed to be a dupe to one of the Dior blushes. This is the Glow Up PH Powder Blush in Blush Red from MCO Beauty, and I bought this a while ago, and I feel like I never ever use it. So that's what it looks like on the inside there. But I want to use this today just so I can figure out like what I think about it. I feel like I may have only used this once. I do remember this is pretty pigmented, so don't need like a ton. It is a really beautiful color though. I need to use this more. It's like I just get into my routines of using the same products every day. Like last week, like I was showing you guys the Physicians Formula Butter Dream Team palette. That has just been like my go-to face product. Like I love the bronzer, the highlight, and the blush in that. So I've just been kind of stuck on that palette, but I have obviously so much in my makeup collection that I really need to rotate a little bit better. And honestly, it's a little bit similar to that Saucy Mauve shade in the Physicians Formula palette. It's just that this one is matte and not a shimmery type of blush. But I've really been into like these rosy cheeks lately. Another product in my makeup collection that I have not used in so long is this Revolution Beauty or Revolution Makeup palette, which this is a highlighting palette that they have. And to be honest, like I don't even know if they make this anymore because I've had this since probably 2016. Well, probably not 2016, but either 2017, 2018. But I'm going to use the gold shade in this palette. But this is such an intense highlight. See, look at that. It's like glowing from the heavens type of 2016 highlight. Which, I mean, to be honest, like when I go back and like watch at least my videos from 2016, I don't really feel like I was wearing highlights like that then. It was more like 2017, 2018, where I was like full force wearing like these really bright, super intense highlights. But this is such a pretty color. I'm like here for these highlights, which I think this is still good. I know like powder products last for such a long time. Okay, and I think I'm gonna use the L'Oreal Paradise Big Deal Mascara. It's been a minute since I have used this one in my collection. So actually, you know what? Before I do that, let's go ahead and mist our face with the makeup setting spray. Or let me go ahead and mist my face with the makeup setting spray. And I don't know that I've ever really used this one on camera, but this is the Hard Candy Look On Lock setting spray. So let's use that today. Which, since I haven't used this in a bit, I probably should make sure the sprayer. That is a very, very fine mist of a setting spray. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and curl up my lashes. And like I said, I'm going to use the L'Oreal Paradise Big Deal mascara. I do like this mascara, but I have to be a little bit careful with this one because it can transfer and be a bit messy. So while like I don't hate this mascara, I probably wouldn't buy this one again just because of the fact that it is a little bit messy. I don't know. Do you guys have a favorite L'Oreal mascara? If you do, let me know down in the comments like what mascara that is. I know I used to enjoy just the regular Paradise mascara, but from what I remember with that one is it would dry out super quickly and then it would just flake all over the place. So I don't know. I would say probably my favorite L'Oreal mascara is just like their basic voluminous mascara. I'm actually going to go in with a little bit of my Maybelline Lash Sensational just to give my lashes a little bit more volume. I was looking at my lip products trying to figure out one that I have not used in a bit, and honestly, like my Maybelline Superstay matte inks, I have not used any of those in a while, and I think if I can find it, yes, the shade and Ruler, I think it would go really nicely with the blush that I used from Incognito. So I'm just gonna apply this. But this shade in Ruler is one of my very favorite kind of muted reds. So like, I think this would be a pretty holiday look if you know, wanted to do a red lip but was a bit more muted. And I do think it looks so pretty with that blush. So definitely need to bust out some of these products a little bit more. I hope that you guys enjoyed this full face of nothing new. If you enjoy videos like this where I'm just using products that I already have in my makeup collection, give this video a thumbs up or let me know in the comments. I hope that you guys are having a great Christmas season or just a great holiday season, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.